Madam, your reaction.
For the residential school that happened, finding the bodies of 215 plus more, it's horrible. It just breaks my heart. And where I come from, in Fort Albany, Ontario, where St. Anne's School is, I've been thinking and thinking maybe they'll find lots of bodies there too. It breaks your heart. It hurts you. It affects your life. Here I thought I was finishing my healing. I'm 66 years old now, going on 67. And I was telling my partner, I said, I'm so glad I did healing with residential school. And one morning I wake up, boof, residential school grounds were found to 115 children. That brought me back many years back to when I was young. And I keep thinking about it. Every day I think about it. What happened? Why did they do that? Innocent kids. We were so innocent when we went in residential school. And we got taught a lot of bad things in there. Sexual abuse, many abuse that you didn't know anything when you come from home. Soon as you stepped in there, many different things you learn, you saw. I've seen kids get beat up, getting knocked out, laying on the floor, trying to help them. You get the same thing. I've seen kids broken bones in the school. I used to see kids get picked up at night. It happened to me. And in the basement, there was a lot of things happening in that St. Anne's school. And with this, that they found so many kids and now they find some more. Nobody will know how it feels that never went through residential school. They can't explain it. They can't tell you how it feels. I feel it. I was there. I seen it. And every day I feel this. There's days I cry thinking about everything. And my little girl that I adopted, she's 10 years old now. She always asks me, Mommy, why are you crying? And I explained to her about residential school. I explained that to my kids, my grandkids, my great grandkids. They will ask me things. And I always tell them what happened, what's going on there, and what happened in there. And I try to protect my kids, my grandkids, and tell them, explain to them about bad touches and bad things. If somebody does that to you, you let us know right away. I try to make them understand these things. What I went through in residential school, I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. It was horrible. It's a horrible place to be. And yet they take you to church early in the morning and at night. And sometimes I think, I said, why did they take us to church and they do these things to us? Your parents didn't want to listen because they were scared of them. They didn't believe you when you tell them anything. The last time I talked to my mother before she died, she apologized to me. She said, I'm sorry, Dennis. Dennis needs my daughter. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help you. I'm very sorry. Those were her last words when I saw her the last time. And I told her, it's okay, Mom. And I dealt with this. I did hit every corner, just not trying not to think about it. Till I started having kids, and then I realized I gotta do something. Take care of myself. To do these things, take care of these things that's happening. And it's still happening, even though residential school is finished. It's the Children's Aid Society that take the kids. That's the ones that took over residential school. And I see it all the time. I see people crying. I see elders my age talking about their grandkids. I wonder where they are. How come they won't tell us where they put them? I have a friend that talks to me all the time. She talks about that. She said, "What would I do? How to find out where they are?" I said, "I don't know if they'll give you that information, but you can try it." So this is horrible. It's a horrible feeling to carry now. Thinking about these family that never saw their kids. And there's new families that, like my age, maybe their sister brothers that the kids that found the kids in the Kamloops. It's a difficult thing to. It's an awful feeling you carry. You're thinking, wondering, makes you cry, makes me cry to think about these things. And I wonder in residential school in Fort Albany, I always say, I wonder how many they're going to find there. Because nuns and priests used to tell us, where's this girl? Where's that person? Oh, they went home. Really, we don't know if they really went home. And when you're young, you don't remember the names or you don't remember exactly where they went. How can they go home in the middle of the night when they were going to bed, when you were going to bed, and they're gone in the morning? How is that possible they go home at night? That's what makes me wonder. I wonder about these things. And nobody said anything at that time because the Catholic brainwashed everybody. You know, they did to my parents. They really believed in them, really Catholic oriented. And it's not the church, it's God you got to believe in. You don't believe in those priests. I told my parents one time when they told me go to confession, I said, why should I go tell the priest? I can talk to God, not the priest. They said they're just being there, being nosy, want to know everybody's life. My mom got mad at me when I told her that. She didn't like that because she thought they were God, I guess. I don't know. But with this thing going on, I wish the Prime Minister would understand how it feels, the government people, how we feel. We have feelings. It hurts us. We need to do more healing now, to help each other, to try and work things out. How would they feel if they went through that? They don't know how to go through it. Nobody knows. Tell you went through it. I know what it's like to be there. I know what was done to me. I know all these feelings. And when I hear kids getting molested or stuff, it really bothers me. I just can't listen to it. And I always say, oh, poor kid. And I know the feeling, what I went through. You don't know unless you go through these things. You won't know how it feels till you went through them. And it's things that you can never forget. You try to forget, you can't. It's always behind you. Even when you do the healing, it follows you. You get flashbacks when you see things. There it is, back in front of you again. It's like that every day in life for people who are in residential school. It's something easy that they can't just forget about. You can't just push it aside and say, "Hey, there you go, you stay there." It doesn't work that way. It's an everyday life, every minute, every second in your life. You get lots of flashbacks. I know I do get lots of flashbacks. I used to tell my partner, don't do this or don't do that. He didn't understand residential schools. He never was in residential school. But he was in the scope of 60s, but he said he was never abused with the family that he lived with. I said, you were lucky. But when I started talking to him about it, one summer we went camping out in the lake. And I remember where they took me in the lake where the priests camped and nuns camped there, and there was bushes and the moon was sliding in the shine in the water. I started vomiting, remembering these things, and I'm crying. I even peed myself. My partner just packed everything, left the trailer there, took off. We came to the hospital, and the doctor I seen, he said, it's called flashback. It's something that happened to you maybe when you were young. And he wanted to give me nerve pills. I said, no, I don't take those. I don't use those pills. I try to do my healing on my own. And that's what I did. It was horrible. I was just shaking. I couldn't breathe. And it's just very bad flashback I had. And that's the first time he saw me have a flashback. He was scared. He was really, I didn't care when I walked in that hospital and my pants was wet and everything. I just wanted to know what was wrong with me. What's a flashback I had. And then when the doctor talked to me, he said, it's called flashback. Something happened to you when you were young or earlier. And it's just happened to be looking the same place where it happened. And that's what happens. A lot of people get flashback. A lot of people have anxiety attacks, and that's what it is. That's where it came from.
Wow.
And you pass it to your kids,
Ms. Sakani, we very much appreciate what you've been through. I hope you get the closure that you're seeking. I can only appreciate how painful this process is for you right now, and I'm incredibly grateful that you shared your story with us here on CTV News Channel. Elizabeth Sakani, we wish you the best. Thank you very much, madam. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.